I'm Amy Cherry. This local news is a service of Flagler County's Toyota dealer, Beaver Toyota, here to wow ya. Flagler County is still feeling a bit of the holiday surge when it comes to COVID-19. Emergency Management Director Jonathan Lord.
Cases in relation to the total number of daily tests has kind of continued this post-holiday unfortunate high, though we are starting to slowly subside. There's days where it spikes back up, but in general, we are seeing a downward trend again. It's still not as low as it was before the holidays.
Lord says they're using the county's higher numbers to double down on public health's main message to continue to wear a mask, wash your hands, and practice social distancing. Meantime, COVID-19 vaccinations are continuing at the fairgrounds.
About 7.9% of our residents have been vaccinated here in Flagler County, which puts Flagler County in 19th place statewide. That's a very key figure.
Lord reminds folks that the county doesn't control vaccine quantities.
We're getting about 800 doses a week the last couple of weeks, and the fact that we are 7.9%, putting us in 19th place, which means we are doing better than over half of the other counties for getting people vaccinated.
And they've got capacity to vaccinate more.
The health department could really do, they're staffed up between them and the volunteers, and the way the county has laid out that site. We could do 1,000 doses a day collectively if we could get the actual vaccines here.
Healthcare workers who were vaccinated in early January got their second doses this past Saturday, marking a milestone in vaccine administration. Local paramedics are also traveling across the country to vaccinate homebound seniors who can't travel to the fairgrounds. A Flagler County man is facing child porn charges. John Arking reports.
77-year-old Edgar Alloway of Palm Coast was arrested Friday at his home on Banton Lane following an investigation that Sheriff Rick Staley says began last year.
In September, our detectives received a tip from Internet Crimes Against Children that an individual in Palm Coast was downloading significant amounts of child pornography. Our cyber crimes unit began to investigate it, ultimately serving a search warrant at the residence, which then led to the arrest for 12 counts of child pornography.
Alloway's home was initially searched in November, with several electronic devices being seized, with a forensic analysis finding numerous images and videos of child pornography. That led to Friday's warrant on 12 counts of possession of child pornography. Alloway was booked into the Sheriff Perry Hall inmate detention facility and released after posting a $120,000 bond. From the WNZF Newsroom, I'm John Arking.
Why are some people getting their COVID-19 vaccine appointments rescheduled?
Gretchen Smith of the Flagler County Health Department and host of Health Matters here on WNZF says it's very simple.
We ran out of vaccine because there were a couple of events at the fairgrounds and there were some glitches with the appointment system, and there were some situations where people were double booked. And so we had to honor the fact that they were double booked, and so we had to give out a couple extra vaccinations.
That meant that people like Mathan got calls that their appointments were moved to later dates, but as she said, Mathan did get her first dose. Smith said that the double booking happened several times, but ultimately, people were called for later dates. Listen to Flagler Health Matters every Saturday morning at 11:30 here on WNZF. Tomorrow, Smith talks about second doses. From the WNZF Newsroom, I'm Deb Albertson.
Staying in touch remotely has been made easier in Flagler County. Karen Johnson explains.
Flagler County Public Library is helping residents stay connected with friends and by offering a variety of free mobile technology and computer classes focused on teaching and improving the skills necessary to stay in touch remotely. Library Director Holly Albanese.
So we have a bunch of classes from beginning computer, basic internet searching, some Microsoft Office classes, learning how to use email. There's a lot of people who don't know how to use email. And then we get into some of the mobile tech type classes like Instagram for adults and use of some of our databases like our ebook services, Hoopla, the cloud library.
Holly says no one even knew what a Zoom meeting was a year ago, but now everyone is using it not just for business, but to stay in touch with family. She says most classes are held from 9:30 to 11:30 a.m. on Mondays, but there are some class offerings from 5:30 to 7:30 p.m. on Wednesdays. The next class offering will be February 8th. Pre-registration is required for the computer classes. You must bring your own device, smartphone, or tablet to the mobile tech classes, but advanced registration is not required. For Flagler's Morning News, I'm Karen Johnson.
A warm bed and a hot meal are waiting for those experiencing homelessness to get away from the cold, with temperatures expected to dip below 40 degrees both tonight and tomorrow night. Sue Bickings, chairwoman of the Sheltering Tree, says anyone in need of shelter is welcome at the Church on the Rock on North State Street in Bunnell.
If you are in need of shelter or have no heat at home or are living in your car, join us at Church on the Rock on Tuesday and Wednesday, February 2nd and 3rd at 5:30 p.m.
The shelter will be open both days until 8 a.m. And now you're up to date on Flagler's Morning News. I'm Amy Cherry.